Yo, good evening, USA International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, Canada, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator YouTuber, host with the most misunderstood lonely nomad, the man who holds the back doors of the Q5 and N24 buses, unstoppable independent podcaster, and Queens, New York native of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you're rocking and hanging out with me on the 304th episode of Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast. I do apologize for the previous recording. Something was up with my Wi-Fi. I had to reset it. So I do apologize for that one right there. All right. For you folks out there that's wondering, my Wi-Fi was acting up, so I had to reset it. So there it is. I'm re-recording this actually. So that way you could get better quality of the audio episode. All right. So without further ado, we are live and direct from StreamYard alongside with YouTube and of course alongside with the Instagram live feed of the podcast show page. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you can be in the know on when each episode is going to be dropping and when I'm going to be on Instagram live recording episodes. So there you have it right there. And also I do want to point out something too. Yeah, if you're new to the channel and you miss any previous episodes whatsoever, please don't worry. All you need to do is go ahead and grab the subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page, G Money Stacks 555 for more live video episodes. And also leave a like and a comment along with the episodes. And of course, be sure to listen, stream, and watch these episodes and um alongside with more video content, new and previous episodes. If you missed anything, don't worry. And also be sure to share the episode, share the video. You can download the episodes, but also you can add to your podcast playlist. You can add the podcast to your playlist, whether you are on Spotify, Spotify for podcasters. There's Castbox FM. There's Deezer. There's Moon FM podcast. There's Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. Of course, YouTube is included, and wherever streaming platforms you have, where you get your podcast. All right. So, all right. So tell a friend to another friend, and I'll handle the rest at the end of the show. All right. I do apologize for the Wi-Fi acting up. So so yeah, I just wanted to put it out there, make sure I didn't forget. So let's see. And of course, if you like to support the podcast, um you can do so by these choices right here. You can donate some money, like some tips, to either my Cash App, which is $ G Money Stacks 555, or my PayPal, which is G Money Stacks in Queens, New York. All right. Um, Now you don't have to have a lot of money to show moral support and everything else in between. You don't need to overwhelm yourself with having a lot of money. It could be $1, it could be $5, it could be $10. Doesn't matter. Whatever amount of money that you choose and desire will be appreciated. All right. So don't overwhelm yourself. All right. And what do you say? Hang on a second. Okay, so let's see. All right, what do you say we go to our main segment right here, starting with the New York Mass Transit Files. I gotta redo the topics all over again, so forgive me. All right, so there you have it. All right. Let's go to transit topic right here. I do apologize for this. All right. All right. Our first transit topic has to do with a shooting that happened not once but twice. Um, and according to the New York Post, this story is pertaining to the 11-year MTA veteran who was behind the wheel of the Bronx bus where three riders were injured by a stray bullet Saturday said the incident was the second time his bus was shot up. Jose Pa- Pabon, age 60, was passing through Westchester Avenue and Tinton Avenue at 3:21 p.m. and when the slug smashed through the window, spraying glass through the inside of the BX4 bus. As soon as the light changed and I was leaving the bus stop, I heard a gunshot. He told the Post. I thought it was a gunman on my bus. That's how loud it was. The chaos was immediate. Pabon said, um, with riders screaming, someone got shot, someone got shot. A 59-year-old woman suffered a graze wound to the chest, while two 67-year-olds were injured by the exploding glass, according to police. They were taken to Lincoln Hospital in stable condition. Pabon, a longtime Bronx resident, said it was only his second time driving that BX4's southeastern route, but it wasn't the first time bullets were fired at an MTA bus that he was driving. This is the second time it happened to me. It went through a window and I was driving. The father of five said, adding that the first incident occurred about 8 years ago while he was driving on Valentine Avenue and near Pole Park in the Bronx. Oh boy. It skinned my ear. I felt it skin my ear. Oh boy. Poor guy. Poor guy. Police said the bullet flew through Pabon's bus Saturday when a man who was fighting with someone at 756 Union Avenue fired at another vehicle and missed, striking the bus instead. Witnesses said the shooter was spraying bullets as he chased his target down Union Avenue before fleeing in the car. Um, Pabon said the incident wasn't going to scare him away from his profession, but that he would be taking several days off to relax. The shooting, the shooting has, however, encouraged him to move out of the borough. I'm not happy about it. It's a chance you are taking out here, he told the Post. I always tell my kids, you never know. I can walk out this door this morning and won't come home this afternoon because it's a dangerous job. He urged officials to crack down on the city's rampant gun violence. You don't know who is carrying a gun these days. All these kids, they mean to shoot someone else and they don't know to shoot guns. They just shoot all wild and then the innocent people get hit. It happens all the time. I'm really tired of living here in the Bronx because all this keeps happening. Asked where he'd go instead, Pabon said, anywhere but here. I don't blame him because it's crazy, man. Certain parts of the Bronx. It's not just the Bronx itself. Certain parts of Queens, certain parts of Brooklyn, certain parts of Manhattan, certain parts of Staten Island, always having shooting issues and stuff that's going on. And this is just too crazy. This is just too crazy. I'm not gonna stay on this for a long time. So let me move on to the next one. Another crazy incident that happened, and this is from QNS. Police from the 105th precinct in Queens Village are looking for a lone gunman who opened fire on an MTA bus in Springfield Gardens early Thursday morning. Uh, the the Q3 was heading southbound on Farmers Boulevard at around 3:50 a.m. on September 21st. When the suspect walked into the intersection at 147th Avenue, pulled out a firearm and allegedly fired a single shot that struck the front door of the bus, an NYPD spokeswoman said. The police spokeswoman could not say if there were any passengers on board the bus at the time of the shooting, but said there were no injuries reported as a result of the shooting incident. The MTA confirmed its bus was fired at, but would not comment further due to the ongoing investigation. The direction of the bus heading southbound on Farmers Boulevard would suggest it was heading to the MTA bus company JFK Depot, a block away at the end of its run. Oof, damn. That's ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. Yeah, ridiculous. Sorry, one moment. Sorry about that. Anyway, um, so the police spokeswoman could not say if there were any passengers on board the bus at the time of the shooting, but said there were no injuries reported as a result of the shooting incident. The MTA confirmed its bus was fired at, but would not comment further due to the ongoing investigation. The direction of the bus heading southbound on Farmers Boulevard would suggest it was heading to the MTA bus company JFK Depot a block away at the end of its run. The NYPD released a surveillance image of the suspected gunman on September 21st. He has a medium complexion and is approximately 6 feet tall with a medium build. He was last seen wearing a black vest over a black hooded black hooded sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and white and black sneakers. Um yeah. Um All right. Anyone with information is asked to call the NYPD's Crime Stoppers hotline at 800-577-TIPS. The 105th precinct has reported 6 shooting incidents so far. Um, in 2023, 9 fewer than the 15 cases reported at the same point last year, a reduction of 60% according to the most recent CompStat report. Next, we have Metro North. Um, we have Metro North. So, let's see. And the last one was the the first one was on the New York Post. The second one was in QNS, and the third one is from the New York Post. So, Metro North's Hudson Line partially closed for more than 24 hours this weekend after a mudslide buried some of its tracks upstate, according to the MTA. The weekend's heavy rain caused a cliff adjacent to the Hudson Line behind the residential backyard in Briarcliff Manor in Westchester County to collapse onto the tracks Saturday morning, leaving trees, brush, and a massive amount of dirt and mud blocking all four of the line's tracks. In addition to Metro North, the Hudson Line is used by Amtrak's Empire Corridor between New York City and Albany. Crews were still working to clear the tracks on Sunday, and with service suspended between Terrytown and Croton Harmon. Service between Grand Central and Terrytown and Poughkeepsie and Croton Harmon was running on a limited hourly basis on Sunday. Limited shuttle bus service was also running between Terrytown and Croton Harmon. Hudson Line customers were encouraged to take the Harlem Line instead if possible. No injuries were reported from the mudslide, Governor Kathy Hochul said on Saturday, excuse me. On Sunday afternoon, the governor said um, service would be mostly restored on the line for the Monday morning rush hour, and just 4 of 158 trains canceled and service operating on just 2 of the 4 tracks. Um, wow, wow. I mean, wow. Um, wow. Crews still need to repair 140 feet of crushed third rail, which powers trains, and clear mud and debris from the 2 inoperable tracks. Hundreds of thousands of commuters will be able to use Metro North to commute to work Monday morning, said Hochul. Before heading out the door, New Yorkers should check the MTA website for up to date service information to ensure their commute is as seamless as possible. The Hudson Line, located directly adjacent to the Hudson River, is considered highly vulnerable to climate change and already closed for several days this summer after the tracks were engulfed in water and debris during a severe and deadly flood. More than half of the Hudson Line is already considered vulnerable to coastal storm surges today, with more of the line expected to meet that definition over the next 2 decades, according to the MTA's recent 20-year needs assessment. The MTA says climate change poses an existential existential threat to the line. Give me a break, which transports 10 million passengers annually. The MTA upgraded the line's electrical systems and signals after it flooded during super, Superstorm Sandy in 2012. But storms of that magnitude are only expected to become more common, while even more destructive ones before the tri state area. In the needs assessment, the agency said it plans to rehabilitate the line's undergirding structures, shore up erosions, hotspots, and improve drainage in the near term where feasible. In the longer term, parts of the line could be raised, while others are flood proofed to mitigate the risk of water incursion. All right. All right. Okay. Yes, we have a passing in the hip hop community, and that is today's segment top topic of chatting all the jazz. All right, so we're gonna get into this topic right here, and I'll explain what happened. All right, so um I'll wait for this yes, so here it is. Sorry. um okay, so here it is. All right. All right. Unfortunately, we have a passing in the hip hop community. And according to Hip Hop DX, um according to Hip Hop DX, B Rock and the Biz member Paul Costict has died, according to his family. TMZ received a statement from the Costick family on Monday, October 23rd, and they revealed that the rapper died at his home in Norfolk, Virginia. He was just 57 years old. A cause of death has not been released. Usually when a person is dead, the toxicology usually takes months, years, weeks. It, you know what I'm saying? But don't expect any new information anytime soon. All right, it's to be determined. All right, so the group which consisted of hold on, which is consisted of Baron B. Rock AG and his brother Levert AG from New York City, plus Paul Costick and Thaddeus T. Bird May enjoyed a minor spate, of success in 1997 with their song "My Baby Daddy." I'm pretty sure y'all heard of it already. I don't need to play it. So Anyway, the song ultimately peaked at number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was the only song by the group to ever make the charts, effectively making them a one-hit wonder. However, B-Rock and the Bears received another shot in the arm in terms of popularity when in 1999 The Dream replaced T-Bird on the group's follow-up album, Pork and Beans and and Wines. um In 2009, Costick was back in the news when he took his ex-wife, Licen hold on a second, licentious to divorce court to get back his gold plaque that he'd earned for My Baby Daddy. Ultimately, he received custody of the plaque, and his now ex-wife is the owner of her own boutique, according to her LinkedIn page. Mm, yeah, yeah. It's tough losing somebody, you know what I mean, that you love and care for. Yeah. Um, yeah. Let's see. She also bills herself as the ex-wife of a multi-platinum music producer, artist, and hip-hop legend. And back in 2022, Rihanna, however, inadvert- inadvertently brought B-Rock and the Biz back into the spotlight when she donned uh a shirt that read "Who that is? That's just my baby daddy shirt," a reference to the infamous song's refrain while out to lunch with ASAP Rocky in West Hollywood, California. She paired the look with a large dollar sign gold necklace on a chain, loose jeans, sneakers, and a navy racing jacket that she wore later in the evening. Entertainment Tonight said about the fashion choice: Rocky wore jeans and a navy zip up hoodie and boots. They also wore matching AWGE trucker hats representing Rocky's creative agency, excuse me. Um, while certainly never as famous as their 1990s counterparts, B Rock and the Bears certainly left a lasting impact on hip hop. Hip Hop DX sends its condolences to the family of Paul Costick and the other members of B Rock and the Bears. So SIP to Paul Costick. All right, so there you go. Now, next we have the incident at McDonald's. According to People, a McDonald's employee was charged with murder after a woman was shot and killed in the restaurant following a confrontation, police in North Carolina announced. Sam Antoine Ivy, age 35, was charged with second-degree murder after being arrested in connection with the Monday morning shooting. The Police Department said, oof. Prior to the shooting, police said two women were arguing at a bus stop outside the McDonald's when one of them entered the restaurant and was followed by the other. A manager separated the two, police said, and one of the women left the McDonald's but returned shortly after. When the woman returned to the restaurant, she reached out and touched Ivy, who then shot her with a concealed handgun before fleeing, police allege. The woman was identified as Jacqueline Marie Reed of Johnson City, Tennessee. Police said Ivy was arrested at an elementary school after the school's resource officer recognized him as a parent of a student. Police don't believe Ivy intended to harm anyone at the school, and the shooting at the McDonald's was considered an isolated incident. Um, wow, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Very crazy. Um, brother. All right. Where was I? Um, yeah. So Ivy was also charged with possession of a firearm by felon and is being held without bond at the Henderson County Detention Center. Police said it. It is not immediately clear if Ivy what has retained an attorney or entered a plea. Okay. All right. So, all right. Moving on to Toys R Us. Yes. So, and this is according to, um, and this is according to USA Today. All right. So let's get into it right here, man. Is Toys R Us really making a comeback? Let me let me break this down. All right. So, Toys R Us is still trying to make a comeback following the chain's seeming demise 5 years ago. This time by opening its second brick and mortar location in the largest mall in the U.S. The toy so the toy superstore parent company WHP Global announced a partnership Monday with Go Retail Group to open a new Toys R Us store inside Minnesota's Mall of America. Once open, the location will be the second flagship store for the iconic toy brand after a similar store opened last year at American Dream, a retail and entertainment complex in New Jersey. And for Toys R Us kids and their parents, the store's opening couldn't come at a better time. The grand opening is Friday, just in time for the holiday season. Mall of America announced on Instagram. Toys R Us has played a role in creating special memories for so many of us. Heather Breckbill Swilly, a senior vice president at Mall of America, said in a statement, whether you are a, a kid or a kid at heart, this nostalgia brand will be the perfect addition for families and guests of all ages this holiday season. Um, wait. Is Toys R Us back from bankruptcy. The new flagship store is the latest sign of life from a 70-year-old brand that once appeared destined for obsolescence. Hmm. All right. In 2018, Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy, becoming one of the biggest casualties amid um, the rise of online shopping. Plagued by debt, the company planned to liquidate its operations, closing 735 stores in the process and leaving 33,000 people without jobs. All right. Let's keep going. After starting in 1948 as a children's furniture store founded by returning World War II vet Charles Lazarus, the store blossomed into a beloved holiday shopping spot for decades before the rise of online sales undercut the popularity of its stores. When it announced the bankruptcy filing, the chain offered going out of business sales with clearance discounts at all its locations, including its Babies R Us stores. In 2021, WHP Global, an investment firm that acquires global consumer brands, acquired a controlling interest in the parent company of Toys R Us and set about to revive the flailing chain. It is incredibly exciting to be a part of the return of Toys R Us. Gideon Schlesinger, CEO of Go Retail Group, said in a statement, "We are fortunate to have the backing of WHP Global and Mall of America as we bring this flagship store to life for families just in time for the holidays." Um, is Toys R Us back in business? Good question. In the past few years, Toys R Us stores have been making a comeback, opening in places both familiar and also unexpected, including cruise ships and airports. In 2021, Toys R Us unveiled a 20,000 square foot superstore at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey, featuring a two-story slide and an ice cream parlor. Um, hold on. That same year, Macy's and Toys R Us unveiled plans to open up toy shops in more than 400 department stores beginning in 2022. Those stores were ready inside Macy's nationwide by October, just before the start of last season's holiday shopping spree. That was also when consumers could once again buy toys from the retailer. Online through Macy's.com/Toys R Us and ToysRUs.com. More toys, more Toys R Us stores opening across the US. So more is on the way for the toy retailer in 2024. The upcoming flagship store at Mall of America spans more than 11,000 square feet, leaving room for a cafe and ice cream parlor to open next year, according to WHP Global. Other features are also planned for the location after its grand opening, including interactive elements and product demonstrations from toy vendors. Um, Additional flagship locations are also slated to open next year, WHP Global said. After the success we've experienced with our first flagship at American Dream, the shop and shops inside Macy's, bringing Toys R Us to Mall of America was a must. Jamie um, Hewitt Den Hohen, Toys R Us executive vice president, said in a statement, "There is the perfect mix of entertainment and retail that makes it a highly trafficked go-to destination for families year round." All right. All right. What do you say we go to the next subject? The next subject right here. Um okay, the next subject we are going to is Tera Box. And before I continue, let me say what's up to somebody who is in the Instagram live feed. Shouts to the homie Ace, man. I hope everything is all right with you and 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 everything else as far as you being a dad and everything. Congratulations, by the way, and all that great stuff. All right. So on to Terra Box. So let's see. So and this is according to techlatest.com. Unlike Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, or any other cloud storage, TeraBox offers 1 terabyte of free cloud storage. That is 1024 gigabytes or almost 8 times larger space than what Google Drive's free tier offers at 15 gigabytes. You can store up to 400,000 photos or 51,200 video files, each 1 minute in length. You can use your account across PC, the website, and the app on Android, iOS, and Windows alike. However, 1 terabyte or one TB or 1 terabyte is a humongous space for a free tier. Could there be a catch here? Turns out there is. And here's the secret behind the 1 terabyte lifetime free cloud storage that you get with Terabox. So the secret behind a lifetime free cloud storage is that Terabox has a lucrative model where you pay nothing for 1 terabyte of cloud storage with ads, or you can subscribe to its premium tier for 2 terabytes. No, terabytes, excuse me, storage, and there are no ads there. So Terabox, for those of you who may not know, is a renamed service that went by the name DoBox, and Flex Tech Incorporated now owns it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find Flex Tech Incorporated origin, but since DoBox was a Chinese company, Terabox is likely the same. Coming back to what the secret behind such free service is, Terabox treats its customers' user data as user material. This includes photos, videos, audio, files, and documents that users have uploaded on its server, and Terabox can use it to share with third-party service providers, including IT and customer support, to help it serve its customers better. This essentially means that Terabox will use the data upload. uploaded on its cloud storage to share with participating third-party companies. This is a pointer on why you shouldn't be choosing Tera Box in the first place, because it is a major red flag. Although there's no mention of China anywhere, Box's on previous privacy policy did mention storing user data on servers based in Hong Kong and China. Um, for those who don't know, you shouldn't trust Chinese servers, as storing data on these servers means the data is less secure. Currently, the privacy policy states that the data is stored in Japan. Also, Chinese bigwig um, Baidu is involved in Box. And since Terabox is literally a rebranded version, it is highly likely Baidu is involved in Terabox as well. When I did a bit of research, I found out that Box's earliest Chinese version used a tactic called kidnapping sales. Here they offer a similar 1 terabyte of free storage, and since space for a lifetime is lucrative, people started storing all the data on the cloud. However, um, the service soon released premium tiers and halved the download speeds of 50 um kilobytes. This means your users who wanted to download their 1 terabyte data would have to spend days, if not hours, to download data at 50 kilobytes, or they could pay for the premium tier for ultra fast downloads. Not me. If you check out Terabox's subscription tiers, you will find out there are no ultra fast downloads on the normal tier to be exact. Yes, while the premium tier has one. You can check out the next section to compare both tiers. Um, so let's see. So you have normal user versus premium user. Although Terabox has mentioned that it provides 1 terabyte of free cloud disk storage, it does come from caveats. Here's a comparison between a normal free user and a premium user subscription on Terabox. So, normal user, the free user, this is the free tier that enjoys a storage space of 1 terabyte. Keeping aside uploads, the download speeds are minimum, since high speed downloads are available on the premium tier only. When I say downloads, it means the data you try to retrieve after storing it on the cloud. There's no automatic video backup, although you can store up to 1 terabyte of storage free of cost. There's a maximum 500 files cap on the uploads, meaning either you can store 500 or 1 terabyte of files. Um, the max video playback resolution is 720p. On Terabox, you can add files each up to 4 gigabytes only. There's a coffer of 200 gigabytes, and the maximum retention time for files in the recycle bin is 10 days. Finally, the trim is with ads, and to be honest, of there's a ton of ads here. Showing ads to users is how such freemium apps work and operate. Now to premium user. This is a paid subscription, and it starts at $3.99 per month. You can go for a quarter long 3 months plan at $10.99, while the 1 year plan is at $38.99. There's a 7-day free trial available too. Oh boy, not me. I'm not wasting any time on Terabox, man. I'm not wasting any time and money on that shit anyway, man. That's not happening. I got too much going on with 2 bills and a bus fare I gotta worry about. Um, so yeah. So yeah. Um, yeah, with the premium tier, you get massive cloud storage of 2 terabytes. There are ultra fast downloads and video backups done at their original quality. You can add up to 50,000 files. Each file can be up to 20 gigabytes. There's 1080p of maximum video playback resolutions on board. Moving on, you get a coffer of 2 terabytes and the maximum retention for files deleted and in the recycle bin is 30 days. Finally, this version is ad free and allows for extracting from the cloud. Hmm. Hmm. Wait. From the cloud. Yeah, so Terabox's privacy policy. Terabox has a privacy policy on Dubox's website where some of the details have been changed from their last iteration. This includes changing server locations from China and Hong Kong to Japan. The updated policy does mention that the data could be stored locally on your device. The privacy policy further mentions that Terabox is entitled to share details with third parties, including local and state governments or agents, in case there's a danger to property or someone's life, to improve public health, and so on. Terabox uses security features like encryption, two-factor authentication, and alerts to users whenever it detects a new device with the app, as well as abusive behavior detection, among others. Should you trust Terabox? Having 1 terabyte of storage free, of course, for a lifetime is lucrative for anyone. However, your photos, videos, and other files may contain sensitive information or something that could infringe on your security or privacy if someone should get their hands on it. There are many paid cloud storage services available out there, including Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox, and others, where you can store data without any issues. However, Terabox looks fishy, and thus I wouldn't recommend storing the data there for countless reasons. Note that Terabox from Flex Tech Incorporated is different from a Vietnamese cloud storage website, also named Terabox FYI. In fact, the Vietnamese brand has made a pop up stating that they are based in Vietnam and not associated with Dubox or Terabox, apart from having the same name. Okay. Okay. All right, Marni. This is according to Hype Beast. This is according to Hype Beast. Um, so, in recent years, Marni has become a fan favorite from its infamous mohair sweaters to its embrace of gender-defined styles. On top of that, the brand has recently taken the world stage with its collection exhibitions, as its spring summer 2023 show was held under New York City's Manhattan Bridge, and fall winter 2023 headed to Tokyo's um, Yoyogi National Gymnasium. Now to bring in its new summer 2024 show, Marni headed to the French capital for its first show during Paris Fashion Week, taking place in a central city um, um, Palais that was once Karl Lagerfeld's private residence. The runway show from Marni was striped stripped, and colorfully seductive. Under the leadership of Francisco Rizzo, Marni's ongoing evolution has been one characterized by risk taking, a harmonious mixing of styles, and an overwhelming drive to have fun. The new collection was no different. From oversized overcoats to boxy blazers, several collection pieces arrived in multicolored plaid and striped constructions. Where the aforementioned took whimsical approach towards classic dressing. Dresses of the same fabric appeared in ultra short boxy constructions, presenting a new sexy, but the attention to dresses was multi-dimensional, as the collection also sent bodycon, skin tight sheer, and elaborately large three-dimensional floral arrangements down the runway. Elsewhere, the collection offered up. Sorry. Yes, offered up button-down shirts of cartoon proportions, belly exposing crop mohair knits, eye-catching suiting, and more. You can take a closer look at Marni's SS24 collection in the gallery above, and stay tuned for more Paris Fashion Week content on Hypebeast. Elsewhere in fashion, Dries Van Noten SS24 shines in mismatch patterns. Okay, all right, on to the next one. On to the next one. Let's go to Kid Cudi. Let's go to Kid Cudi. All right, this is according to Entertainment Weekly. Kid Cudi is known for being a multidisciplinary artist. Beginning with his first mixtapes, he combined rapping with singing in a way that proved influential in pop music. In subsequent years, he moved into other genres such as work and avant-garde. And last year, his album Intergalactic was accompanied by an animated Netflix special of the same name. Um, Now he's unveiling a new venture. The musician, um, whose real name is Scott Cudi, um, revealed at New York Comic Con on Saturday that he's releasing a comic book, Moon Man, due out next year from Image Comics, Black Market Narrative, and Mad Solar. Co-written by Kyle Higgins from Radiant Black, with art by Marco Locati and Igor Monti. Moon Man tells the story of an astronaut, Roman, um, Roman Townsend, who becomes a celebrity after saving his crew from a near disastrous moon mission. Let me see. Yes, but certain moments during that mission weren't captured by cameras, and they will change Ramon into something the world has never seen before. This might be one of the top three coolest things I've ever seen, ever been a part of, said Miss Cuddy at the event. The story is something that took a lot of love from everyone involved. I promise you, this comic will be unlike anything you've read before. To each and every person that picks up a copy and shows support in January, I love you more than you can imagine. Um Higgins Company, Moon Man, to Alan Moore's classic comic Miracle Man, which explored the effects a superhero might have on the real world. With his popular series Radiant Black and the whole massive verse it has spawned, Higgins and his creative collective Black Market Narrative have been reimagining superhero comics for the modern era. Though it is not technically part of the massive verse, Moon Man is the latest example. What we specialize in and pride ourselves on is building very relatable contemporary superheroes for the 2020s with great aesthetics and style that have something to say and push the boundaries of the medium. Higgins tells EW. As Ramon's powers grow and he tries to change the world, readers will watch what that means and what happens as a result. This is very much our Miracle Man for 2024. Miss Cuddy's interest in comics dates back to his 2009 debut album, Man on the Moon, The End of the Day, which boosted cover art from legendary comics artist Bill Cyan Wicks. Moon Man reunites Muscati and Cyan Wicks, who provided a variant cover for the series debut uh, issue, along with other big artists like uh, Rod Reeves and Christian Ward. Just as Muscati um, has a history with comics, Higgins has experience with music. He played trumpet for years. I played until I was about 25, and to this day, I have such a love and appreciation for singular artists, he says. Scott is very much a singular artist for an entire generation. That is the type of collaborator I love to work with because it means they are going to be on board and trying to push forward and offer the most exciting version of an original superhero. Muscati told EW last year ahead of Intergalactic's release that at one point he'd been worried he was running out of new things to say. But that doesn't seem to be a problem anymore. Time has um proven that not only am I never going to run out of things to talk about, but I'm always going to be inspired to try new things and put myself out there. Man on the Moon hits #1 hit stores on January 31st, 2024. Mark your calendars. Check out some of its covers above. All right, there you go, right there. Um, let's go to Conway the Machine. All right, Conway the Machine. This is from allhiphop.com. Critically acclaimed producer K Salam is back with a brand new bag, a new production partner, J.L, and a who's who list of collaborators to close out the year. The first offering from this new partnership brings the team of Conway the Machine and the Outlaws, Young Noble, together for a tale about surviving life's many adversities called Grow Through It. All right. All right. Yes. Against an impressive backdrop of soulful chord progressions, aggressive drums, and complex arrangements, the two lyricists wax poetic about weathering each storm, punctuated by a notable dose of turntable gymnastics. Shit is fire. As you can expect, Conway boosts of the release. You know the names involved. It's just that pain, he continues, talking about how sometimes life comes at you from different directions, but it's a lesson in it all. You just gotta grow through that. Um yeah, you can check that out. You can check out his interview or whatever on on YouTube. Beat Nick K. Salam. All right. Canadian born Minneapolis raised producer, turntablist, and educator K. Salam is no stranger to the music media. Along with his longtime partner, Beatnik, K. Salam has produced for a who's who list of critically acclaimed wordsmiths, including Lil Wayne, Tech Nine, Bun B, Freddie Gibbs, Smith and Wesson, Fashawn, Freeway, Nas, Dead Prez, Papoose, Low Key, Talib Kweli, Kanan, Kanan, and reggae artists such as Capleton, Sizzla, Luciano, Buju Banton, Junior Reed, Kali Buds, Anthony B, and other artists of various genres. Keon, Trey Songs, Hollywood Undead, Hollywood Undead. Wow, wow. That's the one name that I will never forget. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's the one name I will never forget, man. Wow. Wow. Um, okay. All right. Yes, Hollywood Undead. Femi Femi Cudi, Mayday, and many more. The duo also famously did sound design for Lauryn Hill, who's always late, creating custom made synth sounds and samples for the keyboard player and drummer for her live shows. She's always fucking late. I'm gonna save my thoughts for a future episode on that one. They also scored the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro via NBC, and their music was featured in Fortnite as part of their virtual Soundwave series concert. Case Alarm's production skills and expertise are sought after by music professionals throughout the world. Vice TV, Sao Paulo, New York Scratch Academy, Berklee College of Music, etc. He also has his own custom beat making class at Clive Davis School of Recorded Music in New York City and teaches full time at the music production and audio engineer program at the Douglas College in Vancouver, BC, which is British of Columbia. Now teaming up with Las Vegas-based J.L, a skilled producer, songwriter, and audio engineer in his own right. The duo is ready to reveal their new creations alongside a roster of exceptional artists, starting off with Conway the Machine and Young Noble from the Outlaws. All right. All right. So 50 Cent, oh man, he's known for clowning people, right? And this is from Vibe.com. It's well documented that 50 Cent likes to make fun of Madonna. Now, as the 65-year-old embarks on her celebration tour to commemorate 40 years in the industry, Fifth has reignited their beef by comparing her butt to an insect. On Friday, Friday, August 20, no, excuse me, Friday, October 27th. The Queens native posted a side by side comparison of the pop superstar in a silver bodysuit to an animated ant straight straight out of a Pixar film. Oh shit. The caption took a personal jab at the material girl as it read, who the fuck did this? She's rich. How the hell she didn't get it fixed? I want the fucking doctor's name right now. I mean, damn it, man. He laughs too. Oh man. That's funny, man. That is so funny right there. So Madonna has yet to comment, but fans immediately rushed to her defense. One replied, "It's very sad when a man attacks a woman and criticizes her body. Shame on you." Another chimed in, "She is a legend. Not even funny." Another fan took the extended route and called Fifth a misogynist crybaby. "You also look foolish, as do those jumping on the trash Madonna bandwagon," Date wrote. When you can get up at 65, still bust moves, still sound good, and still sell out shows, your opinions may be valid. Until then, take a seat or not, and keep sounding like misogynistic crybabies. 50 years from now, the world will still know of and love Madonna, while you'll just be remembered as the out of shape guy who greats like Dre, Mary J. M., and Snoop had as a side piece to their Super Bowl show. Um, Back in June 2022, the rapper turned entertainment mogul compared Madonna to aliens in a since deleted post. Prior to that, in December 2021, after he laughed at the series of sexy images of Madonna, she responded, "Here's 50 Cent pretending to be my friend. Now you have decided to talk smack about me. I guess your new career is getting attention by trying to humiliate others on social media. The latest elevated choice you could make as an artist and an adult." All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. I do want to do something actually. Hold on a second. Um, I do want to do something actually. Hold on a second. Um, okay. Okay, there's a segment that I haven't done in a long time. I want to actually do this right now, which is podcast free game mechanisms. I haven't done that in a minute. So let's get into it right here. Let's get into it right here, right now. All right. This is a segment pertaining to, me giving you some pointers on upcoming new podcasters, um, who are actually trying to get their podcast off the ground. Now, the first thing that you need is a laptop, you need a microphone, you need headphones, and you also, I would throw in a ring light. I will throw in a ring light in there so you could actually hang on one second. Yes, I'll throw in a ring light in there so you could find it on Amazon, and I would throw in some LED lights if you're if you're recording in your own home, like in your room or anything else whatsoever. Um and um and the key important things to being a podcast host is to be yourself. Um if you be yourself, you'll be able to get get success. And of course, be on your P's and Q's, and also be confident in what you're creating and sending into the universe and everything else in between. Um, I wouldn't worry too much about being famous and going viral and all the other stuff. I wouldn't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? You can also you can put yourself out there, yes, but don't worry about the fame. Don't worry about the fame. As long as people are listening and getting to know who you are as a person and everything else in between, and what your podcast show is about, and the types of topics you're going to be talking about and everything else in between. You don't have to talk about politics all the time. You want to actually do something that's like related to, let's say, mental health, which is relatable. Mental health is important to talk about. And of course there's entertainment, because comedy and laughter is the best medicine. Laughter does heal all wounds, you know what I'm saying? Um and also, don't worry about anybody telling you should get a push on any network or anything like that, though, man. You don't need it. That's why I chose to be independent as a podcast host, because I don't want to be pressured on anyone's time to be putting out content, knowing that I have work Fridays and Saturdays and stuff. So I have to make sure that not only that, I have to have time for myself. I'm pretty sure sometimes you want time for yourself too. If you are planning to be a podcaster, you might want to find out on the days that you're off from work, because that's very important too. You want to do it on your days off, because at the end of the day, you should be able to do something that makes you happy, not based on your parents, not based on anybody for that matter. And if your parents don't support your career choice, for, forget about it. The only person and the group of people that you should be surrounded by are a group of people and that are going to be showing more support onto your career choice, and whether it's podcasting, whatever you want to do whatsoever. It's not about having a lot of money to show more support. That's nice and all, but it would be best if you were to you know you know do things at your own time. Set up your podcasting recording schedule. um whether you are a daylight person, whether you are an evening person, which is what I do at nights. That's why I keep to myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, be confident, be you as a podcast host, and of course, don't worry about your parents if they don't support your career field or not. You just keep going, do what you love, and be happy. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what I wanted to actually put out there. So that was your podcast free game mechanisms segment. I will try to bring that back next time. So without further ado, I'm going to wrap up. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up right now, actually. So let's wrap it up right here. Let's wrap this episode up in a bow. All right. So we're going to go on to stream choices on the go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Sorry, wrong one. All right. Stream choices on the go, man. Make sure you follow the podcast not only on Facebook, but Threads and Instagram. Also, you might want to like make sure you turn your notifications so you can know when I'll be on Instagram live recording episodes. Be sure to follow my other podcast shows that I do on Threads as well, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, and of course this one right here, um, Off the Meat Rat Chainz NY podcast as well, and myself, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Be sure to follow that as well. And on top of that, be sure to have your notifications on so you can know when each episode is going to be dropping. And of course, be sure to look out for details on when I'm going to be on Instagram live next time and stuff. So as long as you have your notifications, you'll know when I'll be on Instagram live doing a podcast recording. So there you have it right there. And I'm going to actually go into where you can listen to the podcast episodes and stuff like that. So if you go to the link in bio where it says Linktree/GMoneyStats555, you're going to see a whole list of streaming platforms for you to listen, stream, and watch the episodes, starting with Odyssey, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snipped, Spotify for podcasters, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for listening to music, radio, and podcasts for free. Yes, you don't need a debit card or credit card for you to actually download iHeartRadio or any other stream apps that I just mentioned. So be sure to follow and subscribe to the podcast on every streaming platform, and make sure you do the same on iHeartRadio. Follow my other two podcast shows that's also on there: Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the sports edition show platform, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, review show, and Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast on iHeartRadio as well. And of course, YouTube is included. Make sure you grab the subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555 for more live video episodes. And also do the same with my other YouTube channel pages as well: Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast and Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the sports YouTube channel page. All right. Click on the noti bell which is notification bell, folks. Alongside with alerts, so you can be notified and notified. So when the episode podcast recording is going to start, when it's going to start, which includes the date, the day, the month, and the time. All right. So stay tuned for more video content, including new and previous episodes. In case you miss any of them, don't worry. And of course, be sure to listen, stream, and watch these episodes in case you missed them. And of course, share the videos, share the videos, share the episodes. Hold on. Yes, as I was saying before, make sure you share the episodes, share the videos. Be sure to listen, stream, and watch these episodes in case you miss any of them. And of course, be sure to download the episodes, your favorite episodes, and you can add the podcast to your playlist, whether it's on Spotify for podcasters, Deezer, Castbox FM. Um, you have Moon FM podcast, you have Podcast Guru, you have Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser. You even have Deezer, Breaker, Bullhorn, and you even have Amazon Music, Odyssey, Audible, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts, and many more apps where you get your podcast. All right. So also also um don't forget to tell a friend to another friend. Share the link that says linktree/gmoney555. By spreading the word of mouth is important to your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, the people you're cool with from work and anywhere else in between. All right. So I'm up out of here. Um, I'm your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. Thank you so much for listening to episode 304 titled Tera Box. And remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it. New York wasn't built in a day. And of course, be sure to um be sure to be be sure to find something that clicks to you, that makes you happy creatively, mentally, physically, and spiritually, that gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. All right. I'm out of here. Don't let anybody stop you from your goals and dreams. and everything else in between. And if you have any questions, tell me how you feel about the topics in today's episode or previous episodes whatsoever. And what I mean, I want to hear from you at home. All right. So I'm out of here. Peace and one love. And stay tuned for episode 305 in a couple minutes. And yeah, peace out, one love. Good night, everybody.